Well, today I would like to talk about how I create the F25 painting of a housing complex called Two New Days, 12 New Days, that I painted with acrylic paint. I hope that this will be an indicator for people who continue the act of painting in these difficult times. If you leave it as it is, art, whether it be music, literature, or painting, will only decline. So I am always thinking about how to keep behind the old-fashioned methods or procedures in a tangible form. On page 43 of my art book, there is a table that illustrates the steps for creating oil and acrylic paintings. Here. Large painting. When you think about the concept, specific painting method and steps in chronological order, I believe that you should look at a span of about 3 months. Well, when you think about people working on a creative piece in modern times, how many people are willing to put in that much time and effort? It's a bit unsettling. It's a setup with the assumption that you work hard for about 3 months. People in the past were patient. Well, if you think of the whole process as 100%, about 2% is planning. Then about 10% is about doing research, taking in the material in your mind. Then about 50% is choosing an image and deciding on the overall rough image of the work. Then finally, you put the canvas on. It can be a board. One kind of the supporting material. In case of painting, the area where the image is developed is expressed by a physical object called the supporting material in a technical term. And 5% is a rough sketch on surface of that. After that, 40% is the middle stage, the production. The actual painting with colors. I'll explain this 40% later. And even if the work seems to take forever, you still need to decide that it is complete at some point. Dare to stop it. There is no point in being immersed in that world. The conscious work is still 3%, and then it is finished. But there is something else that comes after that. Unless you do the process after that, it is meaningless. Meaningless. I'm talking about the process after that. 5% planning things like exhibiting at an exhibition. It is meaningless unless you show it to people. It's the same with music. It is meaningless unless you let people listen to it. And the other 5% is recording and storing the work. 50% is taking care of the paints and brushes and preparing art supplies. once the composition of a rough sketch is decided like this, you can start placing the colors. It looks like this. Once you have progressed to a certain extent, it is called the composition of the colors. The arrangement of colors on the two-dimensional plane of the painting in harmony. I recommend that you proceed with the composition as a whole as much as possible, even in the middle steps of the painting. It may be that shade or tone will change when you finish it. The colors might also completely be changed. Then sometimes I change the original color itself. I do all sorts of things, but I recommend that you had better keeping the overall harmony even in the middle of the process. Well, it depends on the individual, but next, make the whole thing dark. Reduce the saturation of the color. This is a basic thing, but colors are the three primary colors of red, or blue, and yellow. And the more you mix them, the blacker they become. White and black are achromatic colors. Colors without color. If you blend these white and black into other colors, the saturation will also decrease. And when you reduce the saturation, it goes in a direction that is called, I hear that shabby in English, and that is what I intended. At this point, the atmosphere is pretty close to the image I am aiming for. Next, the state where I have drawn quite a lot. There is a wire mesh on the fence in the foreground. But I will add the wire mesh in the final stage. So at this stage, I will finish it with an iron frame in a shape that is clear to the other side. Painting this wire mesh is hellish work. But people say it's praiseworthy. Next, after I painted the wire mesh, the broken fence on the bottom right was also one of my ideas. Well, I've introduced it on the website, but detailed depiction is tiring. Well, on NHK's Channel 3, they often feature Japanese craftsmen at work, and they all invariably just stare. They hold a brush and stare intently at the work and paint. It makes their body stiff for hours. That's why growing children, like junior high school students or upper elementary school students, should not be in art clubs. Personally, I think schools should ban art clubs in the curriculum guideline. Seriously, I believe not moving body is fatal for grown children. Humans only can grow tall and develop the basic parts of their bodies during that only proper period. So if you don't try to make them do sports for growing their bodies, then, well, they'll never get anywhere for their lives to the end. So, how did I paint this wire mesh? Well, it's a felt marker pen. Like this. First, I painted it with this. And second, I mixed in dark yellow Holbein's iridescence, a special acrylic paint that has tiny sparkling particles mixed in, and drew thin lines on the shiny side of the whole every wire mesh. I wonder how many hours this salon took. It was very tiring work.